Good afternoon, 6-4 parents. Mr. Hagedorn here with our weekly message. Just a normal 5-day week next week. Nothing weird going on, so that's nice. In Math 6 Plus, we are going to finish up our last 6th grade unit, Unit 8. We're going to start talking about box plots. We talked about histograms a little this week, started talking about mean and median today. We'll look at some box plots next week, and then Thursday we'll have our study guide. Wednesday we'll have our study guide. Thursday we'll have our quiz. And then Friday, students are going to take their last county/state assessment until EOGs with their STAR assessment. That's just in class, nothing weird about that, just a little quick assessment. All right, Math 6 Plus is going to be very similar. We started talking about histograms today. Going to start talking about mean and median next week, and then box plots. We'll start our study guide on Thursday. We'll have our STAR again on Friday in Math 6 as well, and then from there we'll move on to the quiz the following week. Miss Speaks is out today, so she will not be in our video. She'll be doing some ELA things. I believe they're still doing lit circles, so any questions you can email her. All right, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
All right, 6-4. We went a little bit longer with plants than I thought we would, which is not a bad thing. We ended this week with learning about the different parts of male and female parts of a flower and how that works together for reproduction of a plant, and how pollination and fertilization are kind of attached to certain parts of the flower. And then next week we're going to finish up flowers by Tuesday, which means on Wednesday we're going to start our last 6th grade unit of space. It's our last 6th grade unit, but it's not, because we're going to have some add-ins at the end of the year. And then with space, we start off with how the sun, moon, and earth create different predictable patterns. So we're going to be talking about the seasons, the tides, moon phases, day and night, and eclipses next week.
Solstices, Mr. O.
Summer
Coming up. My daughter is in England right now. She's going to go to Stonehenge on the summer solstice. Why? Because all the druids will be out. Okay.
June 21st.
June 21st. Let's go and talk real quickly about social studies. We are finished with our unit on social structures, how the ancient people ranked themselves. We are doing a project on Monday. We would have normally have been able to do it today, but with the NC check-in screwing up our schedule a little bit, we didn't have time to do it. So we'll be doing it on Monday. This is called the Social Structures Dinner Party. Students need to bring one thing and one thing only with them on Monday. They need to bring their finished story, their bio poem. They were given a role, a character that they wrote a story about. Most of them are finished with it, but you might want to check in with your kid and see if they've got a finalized project. They've got a thing on Canvas that they had to answer some questions, rough draft, final draft. So check in with them, talk to them a little bit about their role. When they come into class on Monday, the tables will be set up with kind of a bistro feel, and they'll be sitting with other kids and talking about their stories, reading their poems to each other, having a little snack. Thank you for those of you parents who did donate. We have plenty of things now for our dinner party. On Tuesday of next week, we'll be talking about our social structure end of unit check. So students will have a little assessment on social structures where they can always use their notes. You might want to check in and see if they have this page done. And then, of course, we will start our next unit, which is called Decline of Civilization. Short little unit. We'll talk about how certain civilizations rose and fell, like the Roman Empire, the Aztecs, the Inca, the Maya, some of those kinds of civilizations, how they fell. And then our last unit that we kind of run out the year with is called the Middle Ages, Renaissance, and Reformation. So that's what we're working on. If you have any questions, please let us know. If not, have a lovely weekend. We'll see you next week.